Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. We're a little late as usual. We're just on Ricky Brabec time, which is like, what, 7 minutes late? It's 7:07.
I'm never late.
Live from Prump, this is Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, the show where we talk about dirt bikes and dirt bike related products, and sometimes we have special guests, which we do have tonight, and they're giving me a hard time because they say I can never start anything on time, which is somewhat accurate at this point in the game. Mark Daniels says he almost fell asleep waiting. Everybody else says the sound is fine. And Faye Preston Campbell, which one is that? That's Johnny's wife. That's Faye Campbell. I always see Faye Preston and like maybe mom's monitoring the Facebook accounts. She says hi, Logan. There's a George. You're giving George a hard time. He already gave you a shameless plug, Ricky. He's got your website up there with T-shirts, which I even gave you a shameless plug today. And you brought me large T-shirts because you thought I'd fit into them.
I think you're wearing a large right now.
It's because I want to look tight on the TV, but I want to feel comfortable. I want to feel comfortable when I'm out in the Publix. So enough crap about me. Logan, why don't you tell everybody about yourself?
I'm 15 and I have a torn MCL.
Yeah, but you're a month into it, so that means you're healed up, right?
Should have been. Should
have been, but you're still gimping around.
Yeah.
That's what you get for riding mini bikes, is what my dad would always tell me. So I'm not going to tell you that because I think riding mini bikes is pretty cool. In fact, that's all I rode over Thanksgiving. By the way, so I harnessed the power of my TTR 125 and went trail riding the whole time. So full Yamaha guy now. Speaking of Yamaha, this show is brought to you by
KTM.
KTM. That's right. Do you remember your KTM read? Do you have it memorized? You got this. Because if you don't, Ricky's going to beat you up later.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Don't glance over there. I see you looking at the one. We purposely didn't put it on this sheet. See, it's blank right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say. Don't say blank. Just go.
KTM, powered by a distinct ready-to-race mentality. That's
new. KTM is O. Yeah. Okay, let's do it right. Go ahead, cheat.
Get a good one. Powered by a distinct ready-to-race mentality, KTM is the world's leading high-performance street and off-road motorcycle manufacturer, with North American headquarters based in Murrieta, California. Over the years, KTM has built a reputation as a fierce competitor on the racetracks around the world. With the brand's remarkable global success is reflected in every product it develops and every move it makes.
Sounds good. It seems like your mic's not on, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it turned on? What's that? Is that lever working? I don't know. We'll figure this out one of these days. So we do have a couple special guests in here tonight. They're busy right now because they're here working. There's some girl named Sarah Price in the chat room. Ricky, familiar with her? She's thanking everybody because there's people that are saying that they bought T-shirts from you, and she's thanking them personally. That's pretty nice. Doing work. Yeah, Logan's mic is either not working or too low. Why don't you switch over to that other one? Grab the other guy there. And we'll give Andrew the mic that doesn't work when he comes over here. Won't tell him. Whoa, that was loud. I wonder if that one doesn't have it's not powered up or something like that. Maybe there's a button that's... Oh, I see no, that's the same. There's a lot of buttons on this thing that we use, the soundboard, and it's probably like most people that ask me questions about motorcycles, that to me they seem so easy to answer, but me looking at this, I'm just like, what do these knobs do? How do I fix this? So we are going to fix Logan's mic in the process of this show, and then we will get Andrew on. But let's go to the questions. We had people write in. Oh, you can't ask the first one or the second one. You can't because that's one for Ricky.
Yeah.
Wow, you are loud. That mic is better than this mic. If you're a sound technician, if we can have a sound technician come in here and give us a little bit of a tune-up, that would be really awesome. Okay, what does Max B want to know?
Do you like 2 strokes or 4 strokes?
No, yeah, it just says 2-stroke or 4. So he watched the Beta 300 video. And this is like me looking at the soundboard here. Like, if you look at a motorcycle, you can kind of tell whether it's 2-stroke or 4, right?
Yep.
If the video has a lot of sound in it, you can tell whether it's 2-stroke or 4-stroke. But sometimes we forget that people don't know the difference between 2-stroke or 4-stroke. And in fact, my wife, Heather, for the longest time, didn't know or didn't even care, really. I mean, it didn't make any difference. It was a motorcycle. It ran. It was good. But she learned that 2-strokes have the pipes that look like tummies. You know, that was it. Had nothing to do with the sound or anything. And like, you know, just guys are all like, oh, a 2-stroke sound or the 4-stroke sound or whatever it is. But the Beta 300 is in fact a 2-stroke. I think I probably said something like 2-stroke in there, but sometimes you just kind of forget that. Man, people don't know. But it is in fact a 2-stroke. So 2-strokes have a distinctly different sound since they fire on every stroke, and they usually have an expansion chamber because it's critical to the way that they run. And I'm trying to think how else you would tell if it was a 2-stroke or a 4-stroke. You could smell the premix, right?
Yeah.
That might help if you have the right oil in it. Yeah. We'll hold John Jacobson's question until Ricky gets here. He's over there. Are you busy? Did you tape already?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm just hanging out.
Okay, why don't you come over here? We got a question. Andrew's still rolling. Wow, that's a lot of map book tomorrow. That's I wish that. So I had a rough evening tonight. I went to my trusty factory KTM rally bike that I have here.
And what happened?
Well, I looked at it closely, and the chain slider was worn all the way through to the swing arm. So I said, oh, no, I should replace that. So I did that, and in order to get that off easily, I just popped the countershaft off, and I looked at the countershaft sprocket. I said, oh, this countershaft sprocket is kind of worn. And if you're going to do a countershaft sprocket, you might as well do a chain. So I went ahead and broke the chain and put the new chain pad on there and put the new Well, actually, I didn't have a new countershaft sprocket, so I found a better used countershaft sprocket. And they have these bevel washers on it, and they were all compressed and they were like loose, so that wasn't going too good. And so finally I had it all back together, and I decided just to check the torque on that sprocket, the countershaft sprocket bolt, one more time with the impact, and then the head of the nut snapped off, leaving the rest of the bolt inside the output shaft of the countershaft sprocket. So luckily, I don't know why I did this the other day when I was in Home Depot. I bought a new set of screw extractors, which I put to good use and managed to luckily get that one out because it was freshly lubed up with Loctite. But managed to get that sucker out. So my bike is prepped and ready to go, I'll have you know.
Who makes the best chain sliders?
The best chain sliders? There's probably a company that makes the best chain sliders, but they're not on my advertiser list, so I can't talk about it right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
I replaced.
if they did,
I replaced mine.
Buy one, who would you?
I replaced mine tonight. With a stock KTM chain slider, which actually are ridiculously inexpensive. They're like, I don't even remember what I bought, like 6 or 7 of them, and I used my last one tonight.
How much are they?
I was gonna say they were around like $12.
No.
Yes, I'm not kidding.
Is it TM's like $100?
Yes. Yeah. The other brand is expensive, but they are worth it because you never have to replace them. And the only reason I'm replacing this one is because it wasn't one of those. But man, that company, they at one time they were going to do something with us, and we gave them a whole bunch of free coverage on the website, and then I forgot who they were because they never sent a check. It's easy to do that, but that's okay. They sent me some product. It's a funny how they send me product all the time. Like a lot of companies will send me free product all the time, and then they say, "Hey, when are you going to do something with that?" And I say, "In my free time." That's what I'm going to write, because they expect me to just magically write a test on it, but in my free time. So where did Ricky go? Makeup and hair?
I'm just hanging out.
Hanging out. Come on over here. There's a chair.
We were talking about
There's a chair.
Come on in.
There's a chair. Yeah, we got a question for you.
Oh, I'm coming all the way over here for a question?
Yeah. Oh, we'll keep it going. They'll keep asking questions.
Oh, great.
The peanut gallery. If I would have been able to tell you how to share our podcast, but you couldn't do it because it kept coming up with a picture of Kawasaki, and you don't like Kawasaki's.
I didn't say I don't.
Yeah.
I didn't say I don't like Kawasaki's.
You won championships on Kawasaki's before.
Yeah, it's just strange how it was a picture of a Kawasaki.
The KLX 300. It's the brand new dual sport bike that everybody wasn't expecting. Yeah, everybody was expecting a KLX 650 or something, a KLR 650 or something like that.
Yeah.
You haven't raced one of those, have you?
No.
But you have raced a quad.
Yeah, I have done that.
There's 2 of the 3 people sitting here have raced a quad, right, Logan?
Yes.
And you're not one of them.
Nope.
Yeah, you want to know how you can really get hurt?
Race a quad.
I mean, with your ego, is Pablo's not here? He's not.
Pablo went to town to get some grub, he said.
Barbecue for tomorrow.
Yeah, and grub for tonight.
So another guy who's out here training with us he finished third in the Dakar a few years back on the quad and almost finished second, almost won before, but had some mechanical problems, and he's out here training as well. And that's why we were going to start making quad jokes. I thought he might have been still in the room. So, as a fellow quad racer at one time or another, now I use them for farming duties and stuff, but we could beat up on him. What's the question for Ricky?
Do you and factory Honda Rally bike have complete active or semi-active suspension to compensate for the fuel weight or something like that on the down low?
Well, if it's on the down low, then we wouldn't really be talking about it, but we don't have active. That's like electronic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That'd be fully active.
Yeah, we don't have that. We just have normal suspension. So,
but at one time,
we were testing it.
Yeah.
I was never really a big fan of it, just because I felt like it was a lot of switches on the bike, a lot to think about and to worry about. So I just told him I'd rather stay with, one specific set that works good with full tanks and empty tanks.
Yeah, because I think what he's asking about because of the fuel load, because it's a big difference when the fuel load comes on the bike,
yeah,
and when it goes away. And I know we tested it back when I was doing stuff with the BMW, but it was a big lever on the front fork. It was a spring preload adjustment, and you would, when you filled up the tanks, you would crank it back, crank the preload down, and then at some point you would have to hit it and put it forward. But yours was is it electric? Was there electric involved?
Yeah.
Technology, crazy. So yeah, good question, John Jackson. He asked that after you came on the show last time. He was bummed that he missed you. So if there was a better way to tell people that you were on here, we would do it. But he's a motorcycle racer. I used to be a motorcycle racer, and Logan is the technology guy that wants to be a motorcycle racer. So the better thing to do is learn how all this technology works so you can share it with people, and then you get more people watching the show. And then you get like a paycheck. It's kind of this cool thing. And you take all the money from your paycheck and you go buy dirt bikes and go riding when you want to. And you don't have to do any results. Results are just fun. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Take my advice. Don't get hurt. Brian Downs ordered my shirt from Ricky. It got it shipped within the hour. Wow. That's pretty good. That's a lot better than around here. Here it's usually 4 or 5 days.
Well, it's the same. Sometimes if you order on the days that we ship, it'll go out within an hour.
Hey, listen to this. Andy Seiper is on. He says, "I'm an AV guy and I'm coming to your class this weekend. We can get you fixed up." That's bitchin', Andy. Right on. And then Dennis is still awake in Alaska because somebody else is going there. And George put up a logo for the company, the Chain Sliders, that I forgot to talk about real quick. And Sarah Price, this girl named Sarah Price, says that Cowie in his garage looks good to those Hondas or something like that. She's still Kawasaki?
Yeah, I mean, it only looks good because it's hardly ever ridden.
I heard you took her trail riding.
Yeah, she doesn't like trail riding with me. She doesn't like mountain biking with me. She only likes to go down the mountains, and she only likes to go to the motocross track. So we're breaking her in. I would say like the Jimmy Lewis way, you make them hate it first.
I was
you have to hate it before you enjoy it, right?
I was gonna say my wife kind of had a similar experience, except she was like way younger back when I recruited her, I guess you could say. Is that what I did, or is
Ponder?
Condor? Yeah. where she put up with a lot of that, a lot of that stuff. Where she wouldn't tell me she didn't like it, but she'd do it, and then after a while, it just became a little, I guess, a
You
little
get the
bit more
hint when
fun.
they stop talking to you for the rest of the day.
Oh, really?
Well, that's what
I
I
still
get.
don't get that. So, hey, what is Can we talk about what she does? What her new job is? Her latest job is?
Yeah.
What is that called?
She paints cars.
No. The race car. The race car
she
thing.
races with Chip Ganassi with Extreme E. I don't really know very much about it,
Yep.
but I do know that she does that, and I think their first race is the beginning of next year.
So it's like electric, like off-road cars.
It's like the Dakar Mini,
Yep.
like the Mini or like the Peugeot, more or less.
Yeah.
It looks like that, but it's electrified.
And we saw Laia Saints is also.
Laia Sands and Carlos Sainz are on the same team.
Does it have to be a guy and a girl on the team?
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
And-
like a co-ed style. There's so many rules and so many things about it. I read a little bit about it, but can't really remember it.
Yeah, you were saying you read the rule book.
Yeah. Yeah, we were driving and I was bored. And
So David Potts wants to know, question for everyone. How can you revitalize the motorcycle entries for the Score series?
I don't think you can.
I don't like it. It's like,
It sucks to say, but I think it's so far out now
the
that.
courses are just destroyed for bikes. It's like,
Hey, Jimmy, actually, I was thinking about this because in rally, we can't pre-run, right?
Right.
And sometimes we have like speed zones and stuff. Mm-hmm. So what if they made everybody that was entered before they pre-ran had to put a tracker or something on their unit, on their car or their unit?
Yeah.
And they can only go 60 miles an hour.
in pre-run.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea. I mean,
like 50 or 60 miles an hour
yeah.
to slow it down so that way it doesn't get so beat up.
Yeah, and then you wouldn't need a trophy truck pre-runner with 45-inch tires.
And 4 feet of suspension.
Yeah.
Why do you have to pre-run?
Why do you have to
pre-run?
Here's the rally guys.
Rally guys.
Rally guys. Yeah.
Same for everyone.
Yeah, but then it comes rally. You know,
But that's also a good point. Is why do you have to pre-run? But even if they say
if it's a marked course,
if it's a marked course, you shouldn't have to pre-run. But even if they say you can't pre-run, people are going to go do it anyways.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
yeah, it's a tricky thing. I mean, I just remember when I did it, I used to think the courses were getting beat up, and that was like when a Class 1 car was like the gnarliest thing. There wasn't such a thing as a trophy truck, and you just remember when they would put the course on a new road, you were just so stoked because it would be one of those awesome Baja roads that had two tracks. You know, it's like, when we get on a good track that the UTVs haven't found out here, or
Yeah.
maybe they've only found it for a month, and it's like really good.
Fresh.
It's fresh, yeah. It's a fresh track. That's what Baja used to be like when, a lot of times the courses, they'd make them different every couple of years and they weren't getting torn up. And so, but now it's game over. Like, Bob's raising his hands from the peanut gallery.
Trophy trucks have straightened out everything they've been on, so there's no more twisty, turny,
Yeah.
uppy downy. It's just now it's all straight.
Yeah, a little bit of that. And man, do they go fast on straight lines.
Trophy trucks are gnarly.
Yeah. You've driven one.
Nope.
No, but you have driven Class 1 car.
Yeah. Never a truck. That's
Never.
completely different.
Yeah, I haven't driven one for just been 10 or 12 years, and it was ridiculous when I drove it, and they were just starting to learn about suspension.
They're just starting to get kind of good.
Yeah, just starting. I mean, they had all the power in the world, but they couldn't control it, and that was. I mean, like when Dan Smith was racing, they were always pre-running in a stock truck. They were driving around in basically a stock truck and pre-running and learning the courses that way and stuff. So, most car guys can't read the terrain like bike guys can. Yes, that's true. Like Larry Rossler, trophy truck driver, wins with Luke McMillan. Yeah, this year. It's definitely different though. That's for sure. I can't even imagine how expensive it is to run a trophy truck. Because like to learn how to drive it to the way they can be driven, You have to spend a lot of time. You would have to spend a fair amount of time in it to really be good and fast. So, or you just got to be a good driver and you can just adapt as you're driving.
And spending time in a trophy truck isn't cheap.
No, I've heard what transmissions and things cost. And Mark Daniels says Score has priced the motorcycle classes out of making it very unaffordable. And yes, the courses are destroyed.
Actually, I think Score should lower the bike entry cost because bikes aren't the ones tearing the shit up. It's the trucks.
Yeah.
And bikes also open the track for everybody, leaving at 3 or something in the morning.
Yep.
So if anything, they should be paying the bikes to go down there and race.
And in reality, a lot of the bike guys graduate up into running cars as they get older. With age comes a cage. It's a feeder class. I mean, there's guys that have made a living racing down there, and I got scared of Baja when I raced it. Back in the day on a 125, it's I think how you should learn. So I had a small bike, learn how to go down there, and then I quickly got bumped up, and next thing you know, I'm racing with Danny Hamill, and on the factory KTM team, and I was literally like scared because pre-running and down in Mexico and stuff was the best time ever, but when it's game time down there, you're like,
it's serious.
It was way worse than I ever felt in rally. And people say, well, isn't it safe? And isn't rally dangerous? And I'm like, no. They're all dangerous. You're on a motorcycle, you're pushing it. But down there, it's just, there's no helicopter with a doctor in it at a Score race in reality, or there sure as heck wasn't when I was down there.
Yeah.
And in rally, I think they take the safety a little bit more
serious.
More serious, yeah. Down there. So Eduardo Rojas says, Saludos, Ricky, Sonora Rally friends. The tacos is waiting for you. Yeah. You going back to Sonora this year?
Next year, hopefully.
Next year, yeah.
If I don't go next year on the bike, I'm going to try to go on a side-by-side.
Uh-oh.
Me and Andrew could team up.
Because I heard...
Co-drive for your girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. He's already Sarah's co-driver.
Oh, shit.
I would...
Me and Kendall will go on the side-by-side then. But Kendall wants to race on the bike.
Yeah, Kendall needs to race on the bike. I might need somebody to navigate for me.
Hey, Sonora Rally and a side-by-side would be probably the most fun you could have.
I thought about it. I actually tried to get Emily Miller, my boss from Rebel Rally, to go down and do it. But I want to switch. I'm not a very good right seat person. I'm too much control freak. But
we'll do it like you said. Go solo. Show all the side-by-side guys, all the golf cart racers how it's done.
Golf cart. I think I could probably do... No, if you had a good navigator, and Emily would be a good navigator, and she's also a good driver, it'd be kind of fun to just kind of switch, and just that way you could both do your thing. And I don't want to race. I don't like when I drove in King of the Hammers, I had fun for a little while, but then I kind of wanted to because when you're racing, you're like at 10/10.
Yeah, focus.
And I'm like. I don't want to rate. I kind of want to back it off a little bit and kind of enjoy this. I was in a really bitching car. I wanted to slide it a little bit, and I didn't want the stress of, am I going to make this rock section? Because you got to make it, or you're going to be And after I got done, I said that was really fun. Glad I did it, but I don't like racing anymore. I'm getting old.
Yeah, I think in Sonora, if you went solo with a road book in your car, just turned on the jams, and just did your own thing, like you're just riding around.
I could probably do pretty good.
You would do so good.
But there's when Jimmy the Racer turns on, and he just turns in an a-hole, and it's all focus, and then it's like the level of focus sort of makes it not
fun.
It's fun, yeah, because it's your job, and I even though it's not my job,
but you have to go there saying it's for fun and it's not your job, and then you go to the other bivouac every night and you throw it back a couple beers or something, whatever you want to drink,
just don't
even worry.
Right. Patty Moore Blaze says, Chris said the dunes are scary in the side-by-side. Bike is way better. At Sonora, you can't see over the top.
Yeah, they're big dunes.
Yeah, well, I know. And
just go for it.
He did a little down. He rolled down one of the dunes, didn't he?
I think
Patty,
13 times.
13 times.
Or nine rolls or 13 rolls or something.
Did he win?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't.
No. He won Sonora, I believe, but he did the roll in the training.
Okay. I remember hearing a story about it doing it, and I know how big those are. Bitchin' dunes. They're big.
Yeah, so big.
So, let's see. Hi guys, Jimmy, Pinche, and Logan. Where is Shorty and Kendall? Kendall already cooked dinner. Awesome fusion, by the way.
Kendall's building road books.
Kendall's building road books. He's in a different training program here, and Shorty is still cutting and taping. I thought you were the fastest guy at that. You were teaching somebody how to do that last night.
Yeah.
No.
Late start.
Late start. So he's working. I promise
Don't worry,
you.
the show doesn't end until 8:30 tonight.
8:30. We're putting another hour in. Let's see. Are you listening, Roger? Roger? I think she's talking about Roger Norman, the Baja promoter guy.
He ain't listening.
I doubt it. I don't think they really care about bikes. In all honesty,
For sure,
yeah,
they don't.
Yeah, I have equally horrible things to say about Salfish. So, in fact, when I went with Johnny, I literally wanted to punch Salfish in the face. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I said it to him when nobody could hear and stuff like that. And then I realized, wait a minute, I'm riding for Bruce and Johnny here, and I'm on a Honda, and it's just you can't be Jimmy right now. So I just bob my head up and down. I think I told him I wanted to punch his effing lights out. I think those are the exact words that I said. That guy. Hey, but Andrew made a kombucha. That's what I've got over here. A kombucha tequila?
A kombucha.
Is that what it is?
Kombucha Rita.
A kombucha Rita? Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's kind of like detonation, Logan. That's like when you put bad gas in your Himalayan. That's the motorcycle made in India. And I mean, you have to put really bad gas in the Himalayan to make it detonate. Kombucha. So how's the chicks going? Hey, I think your dad posted a picture of you at like a prom or something like that.
Yeah, like a homecoming.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Is that your chick? Your
Yeah.
girlfriend?
Yeah.
She watching?
No.
She doesn't watch the show?
I think she's in a sauna right now.
A sauna.
Sauna.
And you're here.
She didn't have enough sauna in the summertime?
Out here. Yes, Chris won last year, and yes, he rolled. Ricky, Jesse Gant says, offer some gray color shirts, please.
I got gray shirts, the motorhome spec.
The motorhome spec, yeah.
Hey, I can't make everyone happy. It's a lot of work.
Oh, now that you're selling stuff, you have to make everyone happy.
Yeah, it's so difficult.
Here's George, my top fan. George says, is taping road books the key to success for Dakar?
No, the success to Dakar is having George support while we're here. But he
yeah.
hasn't been here all year, so this is going to be one heck of a race next year.
Because he says, Jimmy, get a printer that will do rolls. We talked about this.
We did, and I think this is going to be the last training, maybe with paper. We're going digital, right?
We're going, yeah. No, next one more paper training.
Yeah, but
I just ordered up.
he just bought all kinds of paper, George. Damn it!
I just bought paper. I just bought a brick of paper and
He bought ink every color except for yellow.
two inks.
And he didn't buy red. He bought pink instead.
See, Justin Smith says, "Holy crap! It's an all-star cast. Maybe Jimmy should move to e-cars. If Carlos Saints can get Lia Saints, Jimmy, imagine who you could get. Maybe Heather. I've mentioned that before. She's actually really good at navigating if we go slow. Like she's spot on. I'm done racing. I already quit." Andy Simper, who spent the most time in the dunes looking for waypoints today, Andrew or Ricky? I think Andrew lost. That you spent more time today.
Well, I
Yeah.
had to pull out my phone.
You had to pull out. Well, and you had to pull your bike out of a ditch.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
What? Navigator's fault.
There was in the bushes. There was bushes that were growing. They grew completely flat over one of those super wide, tall ditches. And yeah, I
got stuck a little bit,
Oh yeah, now it comes out.
but I didn't. The bike was never on top of me.
Was it on top of you?
No, I was in the ditch.
You were in the ditch, pinned up against the bike.
No, like I fell in. I couldn't
Oh,
get out.
you just rode in
Yeah.
and stopped. It makes the ditches make the Dakar
Yeah,
easy.
I won with my rim though.
Oh yeah, everybody saw the picture we put up on the show thing with
Andrew
the rim.
used one life today for sure.
2 tire lives. Yeah, that like you've done something when you get all the desert guys to stand around and just chin drop at that rim. That was something special. Pretty good.
I mean, Ken Norman didn't even ever have a rim like that. Master of Baja.
I've never had a rim. I haven't raced with these rims called Nordisks on my KTM, and they were made out of tinfoil. The reason we ran them is because they did not crack. Back then the XLs would crack if you raced them in the desert. The early days of XL, so we ran these Nordisk rims. That's what they were. They were, and man, you could bend the crap out of them and bend them right back, and they were super flexible. But I never did one even close to that. I've so. Yeah, all good. Donnie Fork says Ricky rules. That's why he's going to answer the next question, which it's a Honda question.
It is?
4 days ago.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about the Sierra 450 R or L, Sierra 450L.
Fred Wills. I'm considering getting a new one of these. My bad. How bad will the ergonomics and suspension be for a guy 6'1" and 210 pounds, 63 years old, so probably not riding as aggressive as many younger guys? Have an Africa Twin that I'll keep for adventure type riding, but would like something much lighter for real off-road. Live miles from the nearest pavement in Vermont, so not as much need to ride a lot of pavement and to get to some good riding.
So did you get that, Ricky?
Yeah, he wants an L or an X
He's
to go ride.
6'1" and 210 pounds.
Same as me.
So he's exactly like Ricky Brabec, other than the 63-year-old's part. So he's
I
just
feel that.
He's just like Ricky. He's just like Ricky, and he wants to know if he can fit on an L.
I mean, yeah, I just bought a Sprinter van from a buddy named Jeff, and I'm not sure of his age, but he's bigger than me, tall and maybe the same weight, maybe 215 pounds, and he loves his L. I mean, I think people that have L's and don't do much to them, they like them.
I think you should buy a KTM.
Of course. Did you hear though? His KTM snapped a counter shaft bolt though earlier, just when he stared at it.
With an impact driver on full send. No, it actually, you need to replace those. When you change your counter shaft sprocket on your KTM, you should change the bolt. Just take it from somebody who's done that too many times to know. I think it's the L is I think the European bikes and the betas in particular are a little bit more spread out than some of the Japanese bikes. The KTM's just maybe a little bit more, but they've shrunk their rider compartment in the last few years. They're a little triangle. And I don't know if it's actually, if you measure it, but it feels like it's gotten a little bit smaller. Where the Honda, I think from the 2008 type bike, it seems like the newer ones have gotten a little bit bigger. Do you agree with me on that?
I only know from the old X
Yeah.
to the new X. I've never even rode an L, to be honest.
Yeah.
but
Same as the X.
It's the same, yeah. I personally like the old X better.
Yeah.
Just the way you fit on it.
Yeah. And I it's funny because I don't. I'm the exact opposite. But
You're a big moto guy, though. Huge moto guy, flat track guy, 125
guy.
sand dune guy.
Yeah. Husaberg guy.
Big Husaberg
There you go.
guy.
Got it in. How many minutes did it take? 41 minutes to say it. But I can see why you guys would prefer that chassis and everything like that. But it's actually how you fit on it is different, you think, or is it combination of everything how it works?
I just like the combination of everything for me.
Yeah. Because
it feels like the new bike. Well,
But I'm also used to riding the rally bike because I ride that 98% of the time.
yeah, and the rally bike's stretched out.
That rally bike's really big.
Yeah.
So when I get on a normal moto bike or a smaller bike, I feel like I'm riding a 110 or something.
Yeah. I think it's real easy to adapt that to change the L. I do have a lot of time on an L, and it's real easy to change some bars. You can even just by rotating the bars up, and for me getting a slightly different foot peg, you can make that bike really, really, really comfy at that size, no problem. You don't have to do any crazy bar risers or anything like that. And I think it is designed a little bit more just for people that are going to dual sport on it and really sit down a long time. So they kind of compromise the bar position and stuff a little bit to that side. But if you're just off road, and even like back east, a lot of times you're riding back east, you're sitting down a lot anyway. So it's really not that big of a deal. So I think since you're just like Ricky, Fred, go with the Honda. I'm saying go with the Honda. Next question, Logan.
Ryder S. Oregon just bought a new 2021 KTM about 3 weeks ago. Do you use Subliminal KTM sales techniques?
Yes. That's. Yep. That's Subliminal. See how it works around here. Just next thing you know, Ricky, you're gonna be riding a KTM. Just watch out. Logan does. He doesn't even know it. I asked him what he rides, and he wants to say Yamaha, but he realized he's actually riding a KTM. Right?
I want to ride a KTM.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
It's because you sit next to me too much. Yeah.
But why do you want that?
Yeah. Why do you want to ride a Yamaha? I mean a KTM.
Yeah.
See, already switching it up on you. Hey, don't worry. The guy that's coming on next is a big Yamaha guy, so you're gonna have to change your tune just like I do.
You're gonna have to change what you like pretty soon.
Yeah. Why do you want to ride the KTM?
I prefer the 125 over the 250, more over the brands.
Oh, it's the bike
It's the
you have.
bike.
Right. What about YZ125?
I'd like that up in a mountain.
Up in the mountains.
Yeah.
Better than your KTM.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to buy that bike. So you better get it. You better get it and thrash it before he gets his hands on it. It's going to go away real quick. So, okay. See, you have any other? What's there another?
This one's towards you.
Yeah. Well, then just go ahead. Say it. I'll take it.
Steve Alterman. Hey Jimmy, like the talk, but you go on and on how you don't answer old questions. You say you don't have time. Put a timer on. Bet you will find you talk more on how you don't re-answer questions than just the damn questions. After all this talk show.
I think this guy's talking shit.
No, he makes a good point. So
And for the timer, we have the bell over there. We can change it from "you're talking too long" timer
from Husaberg
from Husaberg
to talking too long.
Yeah.
Well, we get maybe a buzzer or something like that. No, he's saying I complained on and I was on the last show. I talked about how people ask a question about a bike that I wrote a test on. Like I spent a lot of time writing this test on a bike, and then they go, "Hey Jimmy, what do you really think about this?" And I'm like, I spent 6 hours like writing words so you could know exactly what I think about. That's what I was complaining about. So it wasn't specifically not answering old questions. It's when you're asking about something that's real easy to find. And then I also said that I forget half the stuff. Like when I write, it just goes out and I write it, and then I don't have to remember it anymore. And so they say, "Hey, what do you think about that bike?" And it's like you know how you can see the gears grinding? Yeah, the gears start grinding, and I don't remember. So I checked on Steve. What's his name? Steve Alterman's. I looked. I wanted to see what he does on his podcast, but he doesn't have one. Because I wanted to find out how to talk about the stuff you're not supposed to talk. I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. So it's my fault. I agree with him. He's right in certain things, but it's a talk show, so we're talking. So Logan, talk.
I think you're gonna like one of the questions in there.
Okay, what is it?
Anson. Does Honda make a bike that is even half as fast as the Husaberg 570?
That was for you. Kelly,
I've never even rode a Husaberg or even seen the Husaberg running, so Honda makes plenty of bikes that'll outrun it.
Kendall can speak to that. We had like, so Kelly Anson was on the last. He was our last co-host, a fellow Husaberg guy. We just gushed Husaberg love. Like, we didn't even have to talk about how much power. You could feel the power on the show. That's how gnarly it was. But
Weren't you supposed to ride that thing tomorrow?
no.
Yeah. I have a text message that'll prove it. Johnny Campbell even said, "Ha ha, good luck."
I know he was saying that to you, not me. Because if I rode that thing, like it would wait. There'd be so little training for you to do because there'd be a trench down the entire course. It was like I don't even have to navigate because Jimmy's just burning the line the whole way, and I would only be using like half throttle. So that's the way it works with Husaberg life. Okay. What's next?
Motorsport Pro. Can I use the same JD jetting on different brand of motorcycle?
So he's talking about taking the JD jetting tuner off of one brand and moving it on to another. The functionality of the tuner is the same as long as the plugs work. So the plugs have to work, and the functionality of it works the same, but there's a base tune inside of it that correlates with what you're trying to achieve. And so the answer is probably no. I mean, yeah, functionally it'll work, but it could be all screwed up. So I wouldn't recommend doing it, you cheapskate. Just buy a new one. Sell it with your bike. You'll get a few more ducats for it or something like that, I guess. I don't know. Okay, should we get Andrew on so we can talk about Yamahas?
All right.
You're up, Andrew.
Ricky was scared. What's your? You gotta promote your shirts.
George already did that, dude. Just go to rickybrabec.com and order yours.
Yeah. See, if you're on the chat room, which you can be on every Tuesday night on
Where are you going?
I don't know.
Oh,
Wait, am I staying?
Yeah, you're staying. That's what Logan's like the producer
Oh,
almost.
come on, bud.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was smooth, Logan.
Yeah. Damn,
Just
kid.
slid right out of there.
I didn't see him.
Yeah. Welcome to the show, Andrew Short.
Jimmy's World. I'm just
Hey,
living
you want
in it.
You want
Yeah.
the headset?
No, I don't know.
You don't.
Do I need one?
No, as
Not
long
really.
as long as we don't take phone calls.
Yeah.
As long as we don't. If we take phone calls, then you need them to hear the phone call.
So just call us personally.
Hey,
call
Andrew, this
personally.
kombucha Kila. What's
Yeah.
it called?
Exactly that.
Yeah, kombucha Kila. It was
It's
really
amazing,
good.
right?
Yeah. It was good.
Not as good as Kendall's Biofusion, which he makes us for dinner.
Oh, Kendall.
Especially when we camp and train. He,
Biofusion was good tonight.
Yeah, he makes the best pre-training meal for food when we're camping, especially.
Yeah.
I was
But
missing onions, but
it's kind of tradition. Yeah, Jimmy doesn't like onions, FYI. If you don't want him to eat and go hungry, which is pretty much impossible because he's pretty much a camel also. Doesn't need water or food, but yes.
I can last a long time without eating. It's a technique I built up. I got a good camel front. Like a lot of guys have to wear a Camelback. I carry around a camel front with me. Do we have any Yamaha questions on there? I know what this guy says. It says the Singularity says, I wish you'd do a review of every bike out there. Thoroughly enjoyed this one. He read our KTM or watched our KTM video, and he thinks I should review every bike out there. What do you think, Andrew?
Yeah, you're probably great at this. This is why you should go to Dirt Bike Test. You have your new digital platform, which is pretty cool. Had a lot of new bike reviews in there. A little bit of everything, right?
Right.
Some adventure bike
Am I
stuff.
supposed to pay you money under the table for this?
No, I like this. I was all stoked that you did this. I think
Yeah.
this is cool. But also, I think if you're gonna buy a bike, Yamaha is priced a lot better than that KTM you keep pumping up. And if we want to keep growing the sport, and I think Yamaha is a great option to get people out there, especially on a 125.
I rode a Yamaha 125 this weekend. All over Thanksgiving, I rode a TTR 125.
Yeah.
And Ricky will be happy to hear the
great
other bike that I rode was a Honda it's an XR 100.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 bikes I rode this weekend.
We need more of these bikes, I think, especially now with the pandemic. You see all these people going out to the desert for the first time, and these are the types of bikes that you have memories and good times. Yeah, this is what riding's all about. You don't need a KTM 125. I think if you're a serious racer, yes, but like I had a buddy.
Hey, he has his sister that he steals it from his sister.
Yeah, that's fine.
She has a CRF 125L.
Perfect bike for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty good on the flat track, but I can still smoke him.
Yeah.
Like, because my TTR 125 that I ride around that flat track is almost like a Husaberg in the mini
But you
bike
have
world.
like 40 years of experience.
Jimmy pretty much has every bike in his shed outside. I don't know how many bikes do you have in that thing?
It's unlimited right now. It's like kind of like the infinite sign. I actually
What's your favorite bike in that shed besides the Husaberg or whatever? You have a couple of those, but besides this, what's your go-to?
my go-to?
Yeah.
It's a KTM 500.
Yeah.
That's the go-to. And
But you ride the older one, not the newer one.
Yeah, I ride the older one because it has a bigger tank.
Yeah.
I can't get the big tank for the newer one. I have a newer one. I bought a newer one from Bob, which I now own. I paid him for it, paid in full. Got a really good deal on that. Thank you, Bob. Came with an OSA trials bike that's fuel injected that doesn't run.
With the big seat?
When you bump start it, it has a big seat.
I saw that thing.
That thing's
It looks
cool.
cool.
We should bump start it tomorrow, ride around.
We should make a trials course.
You already
I have a
one
trial
for
course in the front
school.
yard.
Yeah.
You been to the front yard?
No.
Yeah. Look out your window. Like out of the room you're staying in, look out the window and you can see the logs and just dream of me riding the Husaberg over the top of them.
This is where I need to send my kid. Like, why don't you teach kids?
This weekend.
I teach kids.
This weekend he has like
No,
5
I only
sports.
see old dudes at your
only,
school.
Only with the parents have to come because I don't know how to control
Well, I'm
kids.
not coming.
Logan, I should teach Logan how to teach my kids' school.
Hey, George will be here, dude. No problem.
Yeah, George is
He's a
probably-
cop. He'll arrest them if they do anything wrong.
He's good at communicating, unlike you.
I read from a script, so it seems like I'm doing good. Mitch,
We're out of questions right here.
I know we didn't have a whole lot
That's
of.
what
Wait
you
a
normally
minute. Look at this thing right here. What is that?
My dad got a KTM 2021.
Rob Ray.
Cool.
Says his dad got a 2021 KTM, and I said, "Can you adopt me so I can ride his bike?"
Yeah.
Because I
Hey,
don't.
but Jimmy only picks questions that have KTM questions. He doesn't pick any other questions.
Dude, there was 2 for Hondas up here.
Yeah, that's because you talked me into coming on your show.
Oh yeah, so I had to get talked.
You lured me and Andrew on here.
I cut the training price down. I was like, okay, guest appearance on the show, Andrew, and I have to pay Andrew to come out here. It's like kind of crazy. It's like
I pay you.
Andrew, you want to come training? All right, I'm in.
he's a famous Supercross guy. He has like 8 million Instagram followers, and I'm like, can you share some followers with me because I have like 7. Like George has 8 now.
What
and
does
we're, like, in a
Instagram get
battle.
you? It gets you nothing.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't. I did a story today with you guys in it. I put you in the story, but I forgot. I didn't tag you properly, so you didn't even know. It's pretty cool. I had a picture of you riding away, and then I had a picture of Ricky's T-shirt. Like everybody likes the Instagram stories, I think.
Yeah.
Let's see. Patty Blaze says, they're talking about sending an engine to Chris already. Let's see. Ricky, why do the plastic wraparound handguards versus the aluminum style on the rally bikes? Why do the use plastic wraparound handguards versus aluminum style on rally bikes?
I could not answer that question. That's how the bike was when I first arrived in 2016.
Do you have wraparounds?
Yeah.
On yours?
Yeah, I think Andrew.
Your flag kind of style? Yeah.
But pretty much everyone uses the wraparounds.
Wraparounds.
And it's plastic, so it must be for a reason. It's like, as a motocross guy, I've learned that if people use this, it's for a reason and not to ask why, because I think the aluminum ones are so stiff you can get hurt, or it might break the handlebar or something like this. The plastic ones will probably break before it breaks the handlebars.
Yeah, I wonder what I
Yeah.
had on my bike. I know we had handguards, but I don't remember if we had wraparounds or.
The Cherubies
I think
plastic
you're-
wraparounds are like classic for rally and off-road.
I think the bike in your other house, in the front house, has the handguards that I have on the rally bike.
Yeah, same ones they've been
Same
using
ones.
forever.
And there's a reason why.
It's funny. I don't even. I see the bikes every day, and I don't even think about it. I did notice yours had flag handguards on it though today.
We're Polysport.
Polysport, yeah.
Polysport, yeah.
Yep. I think, yeah. I mean, I think it's a little bit just for crash protection. So maybe if it tips over, the levers don't break. And I think that's kind of half the battle with the handguards. It's not like you're bouncing, bark busting through trees or anything like that.
I don't know, but going through brush and cactus and stuff definitely helps. And cold in the mornings on the liaison, if you have a big handguard, it makes a big difference.
What about foam grips?
Those are the best grips ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny because I remember the first time I rode when I first rode a real rally bike that had those. I'm like, take these off. I'm like, I don't ride with these lawnmower grips. And like 2 days later, I'm like, my hands hurt. And they're just laughing at me because I have really small hands, and so those are kind of thick for me. So they actually they turned me down some.
They make these things
really narrow ones
called like files.
File,
and you can shave the grip.
Hey, what's your go-to grip?
Right now?
Yeah, if no one's paying you, Mr. TM
No
Designs
one's paying,
or whatever.
no
I'm
one's
not
paying me
sponsored by
anything.
them, but I buy them.
I've been running the EMIG grips, so the ODIs, the clamp-ons. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with those. I wish they lasted a little bit longer, not like in wear, but just from getting weathered. When you put oily hands on them and they get washed all the time.
Yeah.
Because I can only get about 3 years out of them, and I want to get I want to get like 4 years out of them. So because actually, my motorhome was up in Idaho, and a rat ate half of my grip.
I believe it because I remember all the rats.
On my KTM,
It wasn't even there that long.
They're still on it. It didn't eat the part you hang on to. It just ate the part around the
donut.
The donut part, yeah.
What do you run on your motorbike, not your rally bike?
AME.
Ah, yeah.
Those are good grips too.
I love them.
Yeah.
This is like a desert thing. Like no moto guys ever run this. I've never seen this. Yeah.
Because moto guys like to be flashy, dude. They want to get like the flashy stuff.
Yeah.
They don't like comfort.
Yeah.
Comfort or speed, dude.
I just when Jeff Emming got fired from Talking Supercross, which I liked Jeff Emming. I thought I'd just support him with the grips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they make good grips.
Yeah,
You gotta
no,
get you a set of those, dude.
I like the lock on.
Give me a set of what?
They look
Amy?
too thick.
No, they have two. They have thin ones too.
Yeah.
But
They-
they're
they-
soft and squishy. Oh,
They do make certain ones. They like because Bob is over here in Vegas. AME's in Vegas, and I used to ride mountain bikes every once in a while with Bob. He's gnarly, by the way.
Yeah.
And we so he was sending me all these different ones, some heated grips, and like he had a super cushy rubber one that was meant to replace that foam.
the rally grip.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Rally grip? Yeah.
And it's heated as well.
Right. Yeah.
All the guys in Baja
Don't they
run
make
these
something
grips.
else?
They're so good.
Was it? Which one's that?
Don't they make something else?
Amy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't know. I'm not going to say on the show.
No.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, what else does Vegas make that's rubber? They do.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah. You learn something new every show, although you didn't learn it here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm surprised they don't make those out in Pahrump.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly Anson says Yamaha sponsors trail building, that's true. They do a lot of they support some of the OHV trail building stuff programs through the and he's talking specifically up in the Pacific Northwest. So Todd Kelly, he says he wants to see a WR450F Rally replica available to the general public with a 6-speed. Andrew, what can you do about this?
Not very much. I don't know. Basically, Yamaha Rally is Yamaha Europe, and I don't think Japan has much support with their program. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if there's much influence there and whether Japan recognizes this or not. But I think there's a big market, and they have a great bike with the new Tenere, the 700. And the T7's been received very well.
Dude, that's a really good bike.
It's priced right. I think, for $10,000, you keep speaking about KTM, but their motocross bikes cost more than this adventure bike. And I think it really reflects what the enthusiast wants, and they can use this bike to go explore and do these things.
They shape, like your bike says Tenere on it.
Yeah, it's a big.
It's a marketing thing. But just like I think that Honda, you just never know how much they sell. But you look at the CRF 250L Rally.
It's now a 300, right? They just released, I think.
Did they? Yeah,
I've seen this.
I saw a picture someplace. I saw something where they talked about that. I know it was over here.
It's a 300 now.
Okay, so
it looks cool, the new one.
So it looks like Ricky's bike. We even joked about it. We had one of my ex helper kids, Gabe here. He like literally saw the bike, and he'd seen Ricky's bike here, and he wasn't a motorcycle guy. That wasn't his thing. And he said, "Wow, that's
cool.
the same thing." And then he went out and jumped it,
Yeah.
and then he realized, oh, it wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
Or it didn't kind of click. But I think especially with Yamaha, there's a market for a WR 450 dual sport bike. That's just a market that they don't even exist in.
Yeah.
And even like with the current WR, it's almost like they sell it and they know the guys will turn it into what they're not going to sell it this way. They'll turn it into that. And
I think the new WR is really good too. It's similar to the current 450. It has the same frame and then new head and all this. Has a wide ratio 5-speed, and this is what I used to trail ride, and I've made mine street legal because I live in Texas and not California.
Yep.
Which is fairly easy to do.
I could do the same thing in Nevada.
Yeah,
if I wanted to.
if you live in a state where they allow this, it's a great bike, and so yeah, I think there's opportunity there. It may take a little bit more work than a KTM, but you don't have all that 50 state regulation stuff on there as well.
You start on the other side of the equation. When you think about it, it's like instead of starting on a bike that has all these street requirements, and it as well as emissions, it's lights, and it has to have a gas tank that can't vent to atmosphere, all this crazy stuff. But you start kind of on the other side of the spectrum, and you can kind of bring it the other direction. But
I basically make a list of what I did to the lady at the county courthouse.
Yeah.
Permanent odometer, have DOT tires, all this stuff that they require, and it's fairly easy to get it plated. And yet I don't have all that extra baggage that the L has that the Honda has.
You're not really buying. You're not building it to ride it on the street. You're building it to go ride
to the
dirt trails
and
be able to connect dirt trails, like by using a small road or something like that. And that's where we kind of get.
But hopefully the manufacturers recognize there's a big market for this and people are using it. And I think this is the future to get people outside, and especially with COVID, you see all these people in the desert using their bikes for this, and whether it's side-by-sides or dirt bikes. But there's a lot of people out there right now, and it's cool to see that.
Well, try buying a new bike.
Yeah.
So I mean, literally, it's tough, and everybody. And I think all the manufacturers, not just bikes but products, everybody's kind of going, is this going to keep going? Is it, it's like, should we make a whole lot more?
How do you forecast for this future?
Yeah. How do you forecast for the future? But I think a Sierra 450L Rally would be bitching. And they kind of showed some project bikes, or I think it was companies made some pretty neat replicas at some of the shows.
Moto.
Yeah, Red Motor does a good job.
Yeah, there's kits you can buy. There's kits you can buy for a Yamaha WR.
Yeah.
There's that Manuel Lucchese.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name.
Even Moto Minded here in the U.S. makes the rally fairing for the
fairings.
KTM.
Yeah, and I'm sure if there was enough interest, they would make, because they rapid prototype everything.
Yeah.
They can rapid prototype.
There's
something.
the highway dirt bike guy. He sold it, Paul, right?
Yeah.
I think he just recently sold it. But there's people that do this. There's a little niche.
Yeah, you can make it. I mean, and just when you put that little fairing on the front, it makes it so much better for if you are really truly dual sporting it, just cruising, just the little bit extra wind protection and stuff you get, it makes it not as much of a single track bike, but hey, but that's the problem, is like we're so desert focused out here, us, and if you go back east, you'd never ride a bike with the fairing through the trees.
No.
It's just kind of,
to me, the fairing's silly, but I'd rather just go.
But not for rally.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care.
My bike doesn't have a fairing on it tomorrow.
Yeah. How does that work for you?
It works just fine. Yeah, it works fine. I mean, for a factory bike, you have it's crazy how much stuff that you have up in that shell. You're carrying your balise, your safety things and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked to get to see both your bikes. They're like MotoGP bikes for a dirt bike guy, because there's no such thing as a works bike anymore, but you guys are riding works bikes. And as a guy who's rode works motocross bikes, and you never got to ride a true works bike, did you? I mean,
I think 08 Honda was like the last true one that was like, that thing had a mag carburetor. It was like
works. It was But it was when did the production rule in motocross come in? That was in the
80s, right?
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been a long time. That pissed me off. Like, even when I didn't even know that much about it, the fact that, like, I have to ride bikes that I can buy, I don't even care anymore. I thought it literally took half of what I was interested in like motocross and stuff, and that's when I became interested in the MXGPs because they still had works bikes over there.
Yeah, but how much different are the MXGP bikes than here in the U.S.?
These days, not so much.
I don't know.
I think if they open it up, I have this whole crazy. Like I think they should make motocross more like Formula One, like where there's just a few select teams, basically factory teams, and you have like 2-guy teams, and they're on full factory. There's no rules in the factory class, whatever. No rules. You can ride whatever displacement you want, whatever 2-stroke, 4-stroke, like just make it unlimited, no rules. Allow it to be development, and then it's like the pinnacle. You really want to get there, and then the support class be a support class.
Yeah, I think essentially that's where we're at, though, because it's not so much about the equipment now, it's the resources that come with it. So if you get a factory ride, you have access to the training, tire, like it's just a big package, and the knowledge from the group of people. And this is the pinnacle now, So if you surround yourself around these people and you have access to all this, that's the factory ride now. And the bikes, they're great, but you can buy a 450, you could buy the Honda factory edition or the KTM factory edition, and all these bikes are so close to what you can race on. It's not so much just about the equipment now. And I think even F1 is starting to get to the point where now with the rule change and the money and where they're headed, it's going to be not a spec class, but they're trying to limit it to bring the racing closer. And the beauty of motocross is the rider makes the biggest difference.
Yeah.
And because of this, if you have those resources with the right trainer and mindset and the experience from these managers and former riders, I think it accelerates all this. So I think that's more or less the drive for these riders nowadays. And with Ricky, he does have a bike that nobody else can buy or even come close to, I think, with the Honda rally bike. And they use that to market and bring new technology. And does it really make it to the Africa Twin? Maybe in my opinion, I don't think no. But it's cool that they might take this technology to something else. And I don't think the MXGP bikes are that much crazier than the motocross bikes here in Europe. If you look at Honda, Geyser's bike is maybe 1 year ahead. But in a sense, I think he has access to the same engineers and people from Japan, and it's just his people that he has in Europe that make a difference.
Yeah.
Where here in the U.S., they have a lot of resources.
And having ridden lots of different factory bikes over there, I did a big cover story in Dirt Rider magazine riding your factory Honda in, I don't remember what year it was, 2006, I think it was.
Dave Chase special.
Yeah. So I've ridden, everything from, I'm trying to think of the first, I rode Jean-Michel Bale's CR500 that he won the USGP on. That was one of the first factory bikes I got to ride, which was ridiculous.
Good or bad?
Good. Oh, his bike was good.
Better than the Cowie? Did you ride a Cowie KX500?
I rode a factory KX500 engine in Baja spec, but it was the same ones that Kudrowski and Jeff Ward were riding. I've rode that motor.
What made Bill's bike good?
Everything. That was like one of those bikes that was just a package. And I was pretty light at the time and top intermediate level motocross guy, so I could kind of ride it, but I wasn't a 500 guy. I was a 125 and a 250 guy. But that bike was so buttery. You've never ridden a especially a 500 2-stroke carbureted that good, that smooth, and the power just was super progressive, and it made traction and it hooked up, and like the handlebars, just everything about it was meticulous. When Cliff White was the mechanic at the time, and because I was just I was 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid or whatever.
And that was his baby that you were riding.
Oh, dude, he pulled me. When I walked over. I'm going to go do photos on it, and when I walked over to go do it, he literally pulled me on the side of the box van, and he said, "If you just," he said, he's like growling almost, but he said, "If the sides of the grips touch the dirt," and he said, "You have no idea how long I spent working on this thing." He said, "This will be the last time you or anybody at Dirt Bike Magazine," because it was Dirt Bike back at the time, even touches a factory bike, because the test rider did like a bike previous to me, wadded it.
Oh.
And he used to take these 3 different Renthal grips and glue them together onto the handlebar.
Yeah.
And that's how picky Bale was about stuff. But that was and the brakes, unbelievable. Just everything about that bike was just so tight and unbelievable. And And a lot of times when you ride the factory bikes, kind of getting off subject here, but when you ride the factory bikes, it's not really the factory bike.
Yeah, it's more about the rider mechanic, which direction they go.
But I would say 80% of the factory bikes that I rode sucked balls. They were horrible.
They just didn't suit you.
No, they weren't me. They weren't for me.
Yeah.
But they were for the guy that was the guy. And it was, so I've ridden Chad Reed's bikes, Timmy Ferry's bikes, David Villeman. So those were the Yamaha ones I did. I did James Stewart's KX250. I had ridden Jeremy McGrath's Supercross winning CR
Which year?
250. The 94 or 5.
So it was like 93 chassis with a...
Second worst bike I ever rode.
Really?
Oh, it was horrible.
Why?
Horrible.
No bottom or?
No bottom, 150% mid-range, and no top. and I rode it on a Supercross track.
Yeah.
Because it was a Supercross bike. The suspension kind of didn't move.
Yeah.
It didn't really move because they didn't want it to move.
Yeah.
And it just went. It would just want to launch you in orbit. And like, I can, it's steel. It was a little steel frame thing.
Yeah.
And what a horrible motorcycle. But for him, it was the best thing ever. In fact, it was so good that he didn't like anything after that.
Yeah.
In reality. But that's the thing about a factory bike, and when it's funny because I talk to guys that say, "Oh, if I just had factory suspension," I go, "You'd still finish exactly where you finished."
Yeah. But it's interesting because like you like the new X or L 450, and Ricky likes the old one, and it's more stretched out and more old school, and that's your comfort, and everybody likes something different. And as a moto guy, I probably like my comfort zone is more your rider triangle, a little more compact, and because this is what I grew up, doing, and that's my comfort zone. So now that I ride the Yamaha rally bike, it's more moto, has a feeling like this, so I feel more comfortable on it. Where the KTM rally bike or the white KTM Husky bike that I used to ride is more stretched out.
You don't have to say what it is.
Yeah.
You can just say what it is not.
Yeah, whatever. But it's funny. Everybody has a different feeling, and there's no perfect bike. And I think that's what's cool about motocross. And there's something out there for you. And in the end, as long as you have fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that is what's cool. Is there's so many different, and there's so many different. It's hard to say that there's a bad bike. There's the wrong bike for you. That's what I would say. And whether that's factory bike or because I've seen guys that have jumped on the wrong, at factory level have jumped on the wrong team and they just didn't gel. And whether it's the bike, or the people. I always say it's probably more the team didn't gel, because in my experience, if a guy knows what he likes, they can probably make that bike work at the factory level. They can kind of make it work for you.
Yeah.
But you guys are all head cases.
Yeah.
I'm speaking just about professional motorcycle racers. I don't know them that well, but you guys are all head cases, and the problem is that sometimes you get something in your head, and then it's like it isn't going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Good thing you guys are on factory bikes, because then you got factory suspension. Your factory no, I don't know. I don't even know why my legs were hurting the other day. Hey guys,
I kept looking for that loop out there today.
You got to write Kendall's
Kendall's road book. He's so proud of that thing, and now he's bummed out on it. He was proud, but he was worried. He was like you when you made your first road book. Remember making your first road book, Ricky?
Yeah, it turned out not that bad.
Except for, there's military bases out there.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It all made sense.
Yeah. You just come to the big fences. You will be blown up if you cross this line. Yeah. Eduardo Rojas wants to know, what strategy for Dakar? The first 3 stages, ? Thumbs, Shaka, Ricky, and Short.
Make it to day 4 if you're only worried about the first 3.
But it's more or less almost backwards in a sense. And so the first 3 days are going to be a lot of fast, sandy valleys. Not a lot. I mean, I think there'll be navigation, but not as much as the second week. So I think it's going to be opposite of last year. Yeah. I think the second week's going to be more important, where you nailed it last year with the first week, and nobody really knew how the second week was going to unfold. And you did really good the first week to kind of get a gap. So I think this year you got to be consistent in it the first week, and the second week is when it's going to make or break the race.
Yeah, I was telling Pablo the same thing. Like, he was asking about strategy, and I was like, I don't know how people do strategies. Like, you can't have a strategy until you're almost halfway through the race. You know,
Yeah.
you need to just keep it tight until you're there.
And the strategy last year was much different because nobody knew the terrain and the areas of the country. And
I mean,
you know,
you can look at it all day long in Google Earth, and what looks like there's rocks, there's no rocks, and then it looks like there's no rocks and there's rocks,
Yeah.
or washouts, or how many parallel tracks there were.
Yeah, last year was a lot of, or this year was a lot of parallel tracks.
Yeah.
yeah. And I think the KTM team is really good about strategy. I think they're one of the best with this. And last year they didn't have much information. And I think this is what really helped you. And that was cool. And that's the beauty of Saudi is you can't go there. There's less cheating.
Yeah,
And it
it's
helps
fresh.
people like you and me. And it's more about the sport and true navigation and rally.
That was
spirit. So it's cool.
That was the thing we were talking about. Is like it was, you know, being fresh, you know, being new. It's even playing field. And I mean, I think we started like a year and a half. We didn't know where it was going, but we knew it was going to be someplace. We thought it was back in Africa.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, Africa is completely different because there's no people. And no people means you can do different stages, and it's harder to, you know, there's no populations that you have to go through. And so I remember we were kind of talking about this. It's like, I think nav is going to play a bigger role in certain aspects. And then when they went to Saudi, it's like, you know, we like nobody really knew, but it was like we started looking at it in Google Earth, and it's like, it's desert.
Yeah, but even if you look at the images, it's sometimes if you zoom in close enough, you can't see anything. You can't even see the road that the line is on, you know? So
Yeah.
I think there's definitely a lot less, I don't want to say cheating, but there's less cheating and less.
It's more fair.
Yeah, it's more fair, especially for Americans. And,
Like we've all been there one time.
yeah.
Well, and then like you're talking about the strategy evolves, like it evolves on okay, you can look and see where the thing goes. You make kind of a plan, and then it hones down on the situation. You know, sometimes like Pablo was asking me the same thing. I said, you have to make your decision on whether today is a go day. Like halfway into the stage, you realize, hey, I'm catching guys that are messing up on nav, or it's like, this is wide open. This is a good day to break my bike. Maybe I need to tone it down and let some other guys pop, or, you know, there's just like every day. And that's where I think having, you know, good guys, you know, on your team, you know, your team
Yeah.
having info and strategy, and like Johnny, that's where Johnny comes into play for Ricky for sure. Cause, you know, he can focus on what he's doing, and we can sit there and talk about like 10 different things. What if this, what if that? And then he hates us talking about it. He's like, what if this, what if, don't worry about what if. It's just like, well,
Don't worry
And with
about
the
what if,
regula-
just do.
Yeah, and what if the regulations now, they hand you the road book every stage now in the morning.
so good.
These are good things for the race in general. I think it makes the racing tighter, more fair. It's unpredictable. You see swings back and forth, and the riders have to read the strategy on the race as it goes. You know, you don't have such a plan before the race starts. You know, you kind of have to
Exactly.
see who you're catching and all these things. And I think these little intricacies make the race that much more special, and it really shows the Dakar spirit and how the race was started. So it's cool that it's kind of going back.
Yeah,
this way.
before you didn't even know where you were going.
Yeah.
You were going to end up in Senegal in 20 some odd days. Hey, Ben Erickson wants to know, I have a Ricky and Skylar's Dakar t-shirts. Why don't I have a Shorty shirt?
Oh shit.
I don't need a shirt.
You don't need a shirt? No. It's better.
I have kids
It's
and-
better in Instagram. It can make you money.
Yeah.
Actually, have your kids do a crayon drawing
Dude, killer idea.
of Shorty on the bike, and then that's your shirt. Just like have 100 of them made real quick, and
Dude, killer
Instead
idea.
of creating a shirt, I'm gonna load up my dirt bike and go trail ride somewhere.
you sound like me. Your business model sounds a little bit like mine. That's why I never get anything done around here.
I'd rather ride my dirt bike.
Let's see. Rusty Nail. Really good show tonight. The chatter among you three is epic. That's because I'm letting other people talk. That's why it went from mediocre to epic. This is priceless content for the fans. Can't understand why there aren't 500 people here instead of 50. Well, it's because of me. Thanks so much to all you guys do, and Jimmy for giving us a glimpse. Thanks, Justin. Yeah, no, I literally these guys. I torture them. I say, I'm not going to give you any more of my awesome Husaberg knowledge.
The legend of the user.
Hey, I bet you no one on this show that's watching has a Husaberg.
No, there's like 3 or 4 full Husaberg guys. Like we got it. There's a clan. It's like super top secret Husaberg life. You'll one of these days you'll get it. I'll let you ride that thing one day, when your factory contract's up, and you'll go, oh man, I don't even know what I was missing out on. You've raced a lot of different things. Maybe
You gonna ride dirt bikes when you're done like rally?
Yeah.
Or are you just gonna drive your golf carts that you make fun of?
No.
Because I feel
That's
like
never my goal. I don't want to race a golf cart.
What are you gonna do when you're done racing rally?
I'm not there yet. I'll figure it out.
Are you still gonna trail ride?
T-shirt company.
Yeah, for sure.
T-shirt company.
Always gonna trail ride.
But why do you always trail ride in the same places? You never go anywhere.
I don't want to believe him on the trail ride thing because he won't go trail riding with me.
You won't go road book riding with me.
I am tomorrow.
Jimmy goes riding a lot of places.
I know he's scared. Actually, you both should go ride. We should go. I got a ride for both of you guys.
In June?
No, I don't
Well,
want
this one I want to come on.
The good trail ride.
Yeah.
It's kind of remember when we were working on those road books up in Tonopah. We went up those canyons.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. Yeah,
I do too.
Yeah, he likes that too, evidently.
Yeah.
But he's scared. But he's a little. I think Johnny told him some stories.
You need to like go ride your dirt bike in Colorado or like in the mountains in Utah,
Yeah, I need to do that for sure.
South Dakota.
Do some of the fun
Idaho.
rallies.
I know it's far, but
Idaho, I
dude, these
raced in
are like
Idaho a
life
couple
memories.
times.
Yeah, who cares about racing?
Well, but I've been there and rode.
That's like when you're in Saudi and you're like, whoa, you're like, I'm going so fast, but there's cool stuff everywhere, but I can't look.
I rode you by some cool stuff in the book you did yesterday. You went by some cool stuff, and I asked both of you. I said, "Hey, did you see those rocks where it looked like somebody?"
Yeah, I
lived
saw
there?
those rocks because I was on the wrong side of the rocks. I was lost there.
Yeah, and Ricky said, "What rocks?"
I was paying attention to where I was going.
See, everybody, it's like rally is just like sightseeing. It's like hardly
Make
any
it
work
what
at
you
all.
want.
Hey, Doug Derby here has 5 Husabergs. Those are the Husabergs of joy.
He's got a colony of those
Put
things.
those up on eBay. Jimmy might buy them.
No, I
have enough bikes?
Evidently, yeah, I've got enough bikes. I've run the price of Husaberg 570s through the roof lately because everybody wants one now. It's like,
I want a YZ125X to ride with my little kid.
yeah,
Only for the right price.
that's a good bike. Yeah,
They're like $6,000 new, $6,500 or something.
yeah. I remember.
Hey, did these people sponsor you right here? DDC.
Yeah, the Sprockets. He helped me out. Yeah, he's helped me out before. I got the long list of sponsors, all the people that helped. Hey, you should check out my digital magazine, by the way.
It is cool, actually.
Yeah, Andrew, that's another $20.
Now, is that like...
I wish.
Is that spelt right?
No,
or
that's
should it be
definitely not spelled right.
with an H.
He thought because I did so. Kelly was on the show last time, and I read all of the sponsors, the people that helped us put the magazine out. I read everybody, and I put that list together. And Kelly and Trail Tech, he's the marketing guy. They came in and they sponsored us, and I didn't put them on the list for some reason.
So who wrote that?
Kelly did.
Kelly wrote his own brand wrong.
He wanted to see if I would say it funny.
Oh.
He was screwing with me. You know how co-hosts screw with the guy who's supposed to be in charge. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So you run one of these trail techs all the time?
All
That's how he goes so good in the road book.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. No,
No wonder you have the line in front of you.
Yeah.
of the line.
He has a trench on his GPS.
That's right.
I would buy one, but they're really expensive.
You should get one.
They're like $500 or something, right?
Because it has buddy tracking.
Yeah, but I have my
So-
phone
so
that
when me-
has text to my buddy in front of me.
No, when me and you when
I'm lost.
no, when me and you
Wait
go
for me,
riding,
please.
I'll let you.
Wait at
okay.
the corner.
Meet at
let-
Starbucks.
I'll let you ride with one, and we'll buddy track, and then when I'm going, I don't have to stop and wait for you at all
So
the
tomorrow
turns.
will be perfect.
So you can catch up.
So we need some.
I was gonna put
we
one
need
on
some
Kendall's
too.
bike.
Apparently, we're not buddies with you because we don't have buddy tracking.
Well, you have to have a trail tech.
Well,
Because
we're-
it's like part of the club. You got to be. You know how somebody said to train with
Sounds
us,
like
you got to
so
be
get a hold of
You're
Kelly.
the only one
part of the cool guy club.
who has a trail tech.
I have a couple of them. Me and Johnny run them.
Oh, so he's your buddy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're buddies. So we know
We're
where
just
everybody's
the
at.
idiots that follow this paper map.
Heather gets to have one.
Fly sponsors your show,
Yep.
or your
Fly. You
Climb is first though. Huh?
Climb and
Clim?
Recluse.
Clem.
Climb and
Climb.
Recluse have been sponsoring.
Recluse. You put a new Recluse in your KTM. I saw this the other day.
No, only the dampers, the clutch dampers.
Yeah.
The clutch just went in and out. You saw that thing, 500
Yeah.
hours. Rusty Nail says Jimmy didn't choose the Berg life. The Berg life chose him. See? And Todd Kelly says Shorty is just so likable and real. Awesome show. And George says, can you guys talk about what you like about rally compared to moto, supercross, or other dirt bike racing, or compare and contrast them? I know you're not a moto guy at all, Ricky.
I raced a couple motocross races.
Oh, you did?
And quads.
And quads, yeah. I used to race at Star West, dude, when I was like 12.
I didn't know that.
Big moto guy.
I should have seen that in the. They didn't talk about that much in the documentary video. But I started in motocross and I switched over to off road and then switched over. I switched about every 4 years. I'd switch what kind of racing I did because I get bored. And now I'm a trail ride. No, adventure guy.
I'm just not like a big jumper guy, so.
Andrew's big jumper.
Me too. I switch like every 4 years.
Andrew could answer this way better than I think you and I can, Jimmy, because Andrew's been to both. And lived
but
both.
he has.
I'm hardly like off road though. That's the problem. So I
But
feel like I'm
you
like
made the transition and you always rode off-road trails, right?
yeah. No,
I had no idea you were like a trail riding guy, and then I ran into you at trail riding events and rally events. You were at all the events.
I like dirt bikes, and it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally what happened. I was doing testing for Honda, and I was stuck in a hotel for the weekend. And one of the engineers was going up to do the rally test, and I think Ricky was out there, Paulo.
The first time you went.
Yeah, and I wasn't even that stoked, but it was like better than sitting in the hotel. And I got out there, and the rally bike was so cool. And then I wanted to build one, and then I did Sonora for like
You did build one.
And I went to Sonora for vacation because I thought, oh, this sounds cool. Like you eat tacos, drink beer. And as a motocross racer, you can't drink beer. And this sounded cool. Like I thought, well, I've never been able to drink beer and ride motorcycles, eat tacos. So did that. It was cool.
And you had a good race.
Yeah, not really, but it was fun. It was like perfect vacation. And then I got hooked on rally, and I thought it would come like super easy. Like as a motocross guy, like it's just like hitting a set of whoops, right? You just sit there and practice it all day, and you'll learn. And I didn't learn very quick with rally. And
3 years later.
yeah, 3 years
learning.
later, still learning.
I don't think you ever stopped learning rally.
Yeah.
I still learn. I learn because it's changed since I did it. But what you guys are doing is completely different, and so I find it interesting to figure out like, oh, what's the new thing? What do we
Yeah.
doing?
The new thing is 6 tires for 12 days.
Ooh, yeah. So you can't ride like Andrew did today.
No.
'Cause
The tire's still good. I talked to Randy at Michelin. He said
he said it's good. He said
I remounted the tire today.
He said,
on my
"Dang."
old wheels.
He said, dang,
Oh.
Andrew, send me a picture of that tire and I'll go inspect it. I need to look closer. Look.
And he goes, "It is good."
it's good. The tire's good.
I forget his analogy, but it was something about some cake. If you stick a knife in a cake, the cake is still good. This is what he said. Because I said the spoke is going into the mousse.
Oh.
And he said, and he's like, you're still going to eat the cake. So the mousse is still good.
Huh.
So I remounted the mousse on some old wheels.
As long as no one blows out the candles.
Blows out the candles in your mousse that run
the
your
cake.
mousse. The cake.
The cake, yeah.
Yeah. Can we hit that rim with the sledgehammer? I want to see if we
I
can
don't care
bend it
what
back.
you do. I was going to hang it up in the shop.
Okay.
It looks pretty cool.
Dude, it's gnarly.
Dude, that should be a Tech Talk Taco Tuesday ornament.
Okay,
right
we
here.
can hang it up right here. We're going to put a board back there where I put a mark every time someone said they bought a KTM because I talk about them all the time.
Oh,
But
gosh.
now,
Blue crew.
Now we'll use that Yamaha. We'll mount that rim up there and we'll just put a mark on the rim. We'll spin it around every time somebody buys a bike because I say to. But anyways, Matt Rathmussen says, after the past few years of Dakar racing, what is the most important thing that Ricky and Shorty have learned that will help them during the next rally?
I don't think there's like one specific thing. You learn a lot and you bring.
I haven't mastered Dakar. I feel like I've done good in the other races, world champion, like the shorter races, but I've never done really that good at Dakar.
I've done the opposite.
Yeah.
5 days is long, but not long enough. And then
Yeah, you never do that good in world championship
No.
stuff.
You
But
gotta
Dakar, you do
gotta
good.
get warmed up.
If your bike stays together, you're there.
Exactly. Yeah, I think just getting warmed up and getting the swing of things.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing about Dakar, like even in your day and age, it's like you have to respect the race. It's different than anything else, and it's so unique.
Well, number one, it's such a big deal. Like you're waiting all year for one race. All that other stuff that you did was like,
Yeah.
You know, I won a different rally, but it was like doesn't matter. The only reason I won that is because I was just feeling myself out for Dakar kind of thing.
Yeah.
And you, but it's it's long and it's gnarly and there's pressure and it's just
Dakar's like that thing. You wait all year to do it.
It's a reality TV show.
You wait all year to do it, and then once you get to rest day, the day after rest day, you just can't wait for it to be over because you're ready to go home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shorty, are you ever going to race another works race again?
No, never. I thought it would be like super awesome because it's like motocross but off road.
It's not.
You were wrong.
It's just not my cup of tea.
Have you ever done like a District 37 Big Six type Grand Prix?
No, I
I
think your
think
one
it's-
buddy, his dad runs it or whatever, but I heard it's worse. No?
They're
'Cause
different,
it's
right?
club run?
Yeah, I think
Like some clubs do good
it's
and some
kinda-
clubs do
it's
bad.
kinda- it's kind of funny because it's the same kind. It's really the same style racing, but I like the District 37 stuff
Because
The-
it's more desert people, so it's more like it's slower pace.
like the works one.
Dude,
seemed
there
like
was
more
nothing
pro racing.
slow about like Taylor Roberts.
No,
and,
no,
like,
no, not-
But Big Six is
they-
more desert
Style.
people, more desert
Yeah.
people that go only to the desert racing.
What I would like to do is Hare and Hound because you have to read terrain.
No, no,
But
no,
everyone
no,
tells
no,
me
no.
I will
No,
just
no,
get
no.
smoked at this.
You'll
They're
hate,
like,
you'll hate it.
You'll hate it, Andrew. I agree.
this sounds fun.
You know what? You'd probably have fun doing it on a
Mojave
125. Mojave Bob.
I was
Yes.
just going to say that at the district Grand Prix, all the desert races pray that a moto head doesn't show up.
At the
If it's
district.
over,
Yeah.
If he shows up.
At the district ones.
Yeah.
This is what Quinn Cody told me.
It's
You-
more
you-
He
desert
said
friendly.
that I will either get smoked or I will get hurt really bad. These
Oh,
were
in
my
the-
only two
wait,
options.
in the desert races.
No, I'm talking about
The,
He's talking about
Grand,
Big Six.
Grand Prix. Yeah.
when they have the pro race.
Yeah,
they
that's.
offer
I
real
think
money.
you would like. I
Oh.
think you
Moto
would.
heads show up and clean up.
I think you would like.
I don't.
Yeah, because it's. I don't know what it is. It's just. It's the works ones. They always try to throw these off road sections in, but they're not really off road. They're like just different.
Yeah.
And
I think this is like rally. You underestimate how good these off road guys are, and I think it doesn't matter if it's GNCC or Works or Ricky or these Hare and Hound guys. They're so specialized. They're so good at what you do or what they do that you can't just show up and expect to do good. And if you're a motocross guy or it doesn't matter, like I feel like those guys don't get enough credit, and where the motocross and supercross guys. Yeah, they're really good at what they do, but they're really specialized in what they and there's just
Dude,
more
what about
coverage.
Zach
for them.
Osborne?
Yeah, but okay, so he did GNCC. How'd he do?
Didn't do very good.
Okay.
But he.
But he's a great rider.
He's a great rider. But he did 60. I like that guy just because like.
Yeah.
What knucklehead motocross guy, with a good salary and stuff, would go do a GNCC or got ride on the ISDE team? I love the tenacity of that guy to just
Yeah.
I like riding.
He's one of my favorite riders.
Yeah.
Him, Brayton. I like Brayton. Like those guys, they like to ride and they have a true passion for it. It's not just a business.
Yeah, I can see where that it's like as hard as you work when you're at that level, at any level. I mean, like you guys, like sometimes this isn't fun.
I do this for fun.
I know you.
If
do
it
this
wasn't for fun,
but-
I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, there's times when it's like work. I mean, you're out there and you didn't even take your gear off and you're changing tires. Like
He's getting ready for 6 days.
No.
Oh, you're gonna do 6 days again,
No, I never have.
dude? You got asked.
Yeah, but it's
You would have been
different.
good at that team.
Maybe
So
that's
here's what
fun.
you need to do, Andrew. You need to go to a District 37 European Scrambles and race 125.
You would have fun at the European Scramble.
Yeah, it's like a short desert race. It's like a loop desert race.
8 mile
Okay,
lap.
so if you're a motocross guy, there's a lot of guys that they race motocross, they realize that they spend all this money and they go do 5 laps. So if you're a motocross
That's
guy,
how I got an off road.
yeah, okay, so tell a motocross guy how to go race off road. What do they need first of all?
Go to
handguards.
Handguard. What about big tank?
no.
You don't
no.
European Scramble. You don't
No.
need a big tank.
Just
Okay.
Nothing.
go. I would say the evolution is like, okay, I'm done with motocross. I want to ride more. You can go to Grand Prix, like in Southern California, and there's others, and even like the Sprint Enduros and all that. There's all
Sprint
these.
Enduros are
There's
awesome.
all these sub series where you can go and you can do different kinds of things. So there's whether it's a hare scrambles and a smaller piece of property that's looped, or you can go to a sprint enduro, you can go to a Grand Prix. Like in Southern California, you can go to these SRA Grand Prix, and I think they're better courses a lot of times. They're at Glen Helen all the time.
They're fun.
They're better courses than the district races because they do it all the time and they make it fun. Nothing too crazy. It's like they combine 3 sort of motocross tracks with little off-road sections, and you go out there and I used to go and ride like 3 classes and a team race at the end of the day and just have fun. It was just super awesome. So you literally, I went to some CMC Golden State races where I did 3-lap motos, and I rode 4 classes and did 3-lap motos, and I was so pissed off. I get bad starts and have a horrible day. And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Then I went and rode a district enduro. I didn't have to pay to get in the pits. There was no pay to get in the park. You just pull up, unload your bike, go sign up. It was like $20 at the time, $22. And I rode all day long. I burnt every check. I thought I'd overhauled the thing. I didn't even know. I was passing people like it was nobody's business because I started way in the back, but I finished way up front. But you get a lot of extra points, which is a bad thing for going too fast.
So do you need a Camelback for these things, or what do you need? Nothing.
You don't need
just a moto guy can show up and just learn as he goes.
I think so. You
To a scramble?
Yeah.
almost
A scramble is a 45-minute race.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's not even that long.
No.
No, yeah, you can. Most of these things you can kind of, join a club or talk to. Just go show up and they'll, dude. Somebody give you their big tank. That's how desert people are. And same thing with you go back east to hare scrambles, and a guy's going to be riding a 1992 KX 125, wearing.
How about this, Andrew?
a
Just
Fox
come
jersey
stay at
and
my
Levi's.
house.
No, I know,
Kendall,
but
and
dude,
Kendall and I will take you to a desert scramble or something.
Oh, we should.
I want to
race
be a professional
125s.
trail
We'll take
rider.
you- we'll take
I don't
you
want to
to
race. I've done enough
Sprint Girl.
races. But I feel like motocross guys, their eyes would be open to how much fun it is to go do these races. There's all these cool events.
You got to do it before you get burnt out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you stop liking the motorcycle, because I think like between the 3 of us and stuff here, and like almost everybody in this room, like Bob, what are you? You're like what, 55? How old are you now? How long have you been riding dirt bikes for? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, a long time.
A long time.
And I've never gotten better.
Yeah, but like you just there's just certain things you find in people that are racing all the time. It's just like really like. I mean, that's my problem. I really like riding dirt bikes too much, and I try to figure out how I can make it into my sort of job or thing that wastes all my time or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And it's there's no matter where you're at, you can find some sort of janky local races, and you go out there and you're gonna have fun. You're gonna meet cool people, have fun. You don't need the latest equipment. You don't need the best gear. You
don't even need new tires for a desert race, dude. That's how good it is.
Dude, but you need a moose or a heavy duty tube or something.
That you need, but dude, you could do like 3 races on one set of tires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Mojave
Just
Bob
to
has a
say that
question.
I was lucky
We try to
go on a
ignore
trail
him.
ride with Jimmy, Dan Smith, and Danny Hamill, and maybe Bruce Ogilvie was there, and Chase was there, and we all stopped to take a break, and they were waiting for me. And everybody's trying to figure out how to get paid to go trail riding.
Yeah.
That's my whole life.
Yeah.
That's been my whole life. I mean, like I just remember when I was a kid and I had a XR80, and we'd go in this little sand pit, and we'd make these big sand berms and just like ride tracks, and I'd see the guys, like there was guys that were on the cover of magazines doing like a berm shot, and I'm like, I'm gonna do the berm shot, and like I wanted to do that. I'm like, how do I? That's what I want to do, because like, okay, do I have to be a racer to do this? And I kind of went down that path, and I tried that, and ended up doing all this different crazy motorcycle stuff, but. Yeah, it's even that I used to. I raced motorcycles so I could have a lot of shit to go trail riding with.
Yeah.
Because it's not cheap when you have to have like 2 Husabergs, 570s when you get addicted to all that power.
Yeah.
But every once in a while you have to go on detox and you have to ride a TTR 125 for a weekend.
I want to go on detox and ride a YZ125X with my little kid. It sounds awesome.
Yeah. Mike Ulrich, did you hear that?
Well, if he doesn't,
Well, the problem is you got to
I'll just go buy one.
Yeah, you got to take you're taking it away from me, and then you're taking it away from Logan.
Well, I don't
So
have to. It can stay here. I'll just go buy one.
Yeah. So cool. Hey, okay. Everybody wants to take you out to the races, Andrew. Every District 37 guy on this board says they're going to take you out.
I don't want to go to your races. I just want to go trail ride with you.
I'll take you trail riding. Kendall will
Yeah.
take you trail riding.
Yeah, Kendall. Hey, The people we went.
4 of us.
Hey, the last people we went rally riding with, Ned and Chris from Moto Minded, they were so stoked that you were there. Like Kevin Benavides is there, the big Honda factory. They could care less. They were so stoked that Kendall was gonna be there.
Because they watched it. Somebody actually.
No, because he's the fastest. He's the only guy that would like race with Caselli and all the like. He's just going on and on talking about how good you are and.
Hey, Kendall, there's people that wanted me to bring you onto the show. Just
You should come on. I'm ready.
No,
Yeah.
I've been on here all day.
Yeah.
Come join in, bud.
Ricky, he'll be back. I'm bringing Kendall back. Kendall's gonna help me rebuild all my crappy motorcycles.
Are we done?
And we're gonna go trail riding.
No, we're good, dude.
We're
8:40.
We still got freaking 16 minutes, bud.
10:40 in
16
Texas.
But you've been here for 3 days.
Hey, your boss didn't come on to get you your sponsor list
She's
to read
working.
off. She's working.
Sponsor list.
Yeah, she probably would have put your sponsor list up for you to read off, and then tell you to punch Jimmy and tell him to shut up. Something like that. Anyways, Kelly Anson says he's going to make sure both of you guys have Voyager Pros pretty soon.
I have
we
lots
can-
of trail techs,
so we can be buddies.
but they're the cheap ones because you need a permanent odometer to make your bike street legal.
Oh yeah, the vectors, the little.
No, mine's
I
not
had
the
one of
Vector.
those.
Yeah, everybody's had a trail tech. At some
And I
point
put
or
this in my bar pad, and it's kind of hokey. I put some washers in it. It's perfect.
It's not hokey, dude. Everything you do on your bikes is Sano. Like,
Oh, these are kind of
factory.
hokey.
yeah,
But
yours.
Trail Tech I buy in the Trail Techs because they last.
Yeah, so I think you guys are gonna have Voyagers in your field, and then we can go.
Then we can be buddies.
We go trail riding. We'll all be buddies. We'll get on the buddy group. I'll even let Kendall in on the
Hey,
buddy
we
group.
won't get
You
lost
won't.
anymore because
Yeah,
they're gonna
dude.
have the line.
Be like, where the hell's Andrew going? I'm going there.
the wrong way. So yeah, we'll get in Team Voyager here. Kendall knows what Jimmy style trail rides were like, right?
Yeah, from Mojave Bob's house.
Yeah, we parked at Mojave Bob's
Well,
house.
Hobby Bob's really famous.
He lingers
Still
around.
don't really know what he looks like because he's wearing his mask.
He lingers around, but what you don't realize is he doesn't go away. It's kind of like genital herpes.
I've been called worse.
So, okay, I think we're going to start wrapping this up. But anyways, Glenn Williams, he's the most famous guy for KX250s. He has like 22 KX250s out. He's out by King of the Hammers. All he rides is KX250s, and he says hi.
What year is the best KX250?
Glenn, what's the year is the best KX250? That's a
same.
question.
I rode one in like 99. They were pretty good. The Suzuki had a good 2-stroke when I rode those. I rode one like stock and raced it, and it was like fast, like a factory bike.
My first couple desert races, my buddy Brad
Yeah.
Pace had an RMZ 250, and that thing.
RMZ, the 4-stroke?
No,
Or the
No, the RMX
RMX
250.
Yeah.
I
That
won.
thing
I
ripped.
won the 250 class a couple times on RMX 250 and National Hare and Hounds.
That's like Randy Hawkins special,
Yeah,
right?
had Bones do the suspension on it. It was basically stock motor with a pipe. Just had some pro circuit stuff on that particular one.
This guy said ran my first set of Kenda Parker DT tires because Jimmy said it.
Hold on, I'm gonna.
Said
he
to,
said,
if Yamaha
please,
wheel
so
is up
far,
here, I would've-
might be my new go-to tire. I wonder which direction he put it.
I hope hard. Yeah. Glenn
This is the
Williams says,
strangest
"Here-
looking
here's
tire
the
ever."
The best KX250, according to Glenn Williams, is the one that runs.
because they all leak oil, right?
Oh,
Cowies don't have good durability. They feel so good when they're new, and then they just stretch out and bolt strip. And
I said that a couple of shows ago.
I don't know if they're any different.
Yeah, it's like you don't know if they're any different. They everything's getting a little bit better. So he says everybody says they like the 98.
Yeah,
It was a
it
good
had
bike.
that PWK carburetor, or whatever, the power.
Right, with the
Supposed to give more top end, right?
the power jet.
Power jet,
The old
yeah. that's
power
right.
jet. Remember those. So, okay, that's it. We're going to wrap this sucker up. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. If you're listening in on a podcast, we do this live every Tuesday night on Facebook at this time. We upload the video to YouTube. You can watch it there, comment there. We answer
Dirt
the
Bike
questions.
Test.
You can go
It's always
to
on Dirt Bike Test.
www.dirtbiketest.com, and sometimes, actually, I don't always post the episodes up there.
These are the only ones I ever see.
I'm lazy. I know. You should subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can give us a thumbs up there or like button, or They have a pick your nose button. Is that?
Do you read your sponsors?
No,
I never watch the show this late. Like once you start, you're saying you're wrapping it up.
Or you just shut it off.
Everyone's
Yeah.
clicking out.
You know how at the very end of the show, maybe the best thing happens.
No,
That's why you got to wait.
no, it never happens.
Because here's
The best thing
No, we
already
don't
happened.
watch it.
Yeah.
I know you don't watch.
We
it.
don't know. We don't watch shows to the very end, so we don't know.
Okay.
No, I
well,
watch it.
Yeah. So here's
Sometimes.
here's how
I watch it and I comment, and Jimmy doesn't even answer me.
It's hard. There's lots of people like
Or Logan.
a lot of people. Look at all the thumbs up. Yeah, Logan,
Logan, you need to come in here and read the sponsors and close this thing up.
Logan's missing up on
What
his,
is We Went Fast? I see these people on
I
Instagram.
don't know, but you went fast today and you squared up a wheel.
I did square up a wheel. I did a Superman
See,
about 90
why-
miles an hour.
That's why you keep listening to the show. That's why you keep listening to the show after we say we're gonna wrap it up.
Because they did. I posted a picture of my PW50.
Dude, Brett Smith, BJ Smith, who's
Is
I've
he the
known for
old
a long
commentator
time.
from TV?
He I
He
don't
was like a producer. or
He's a
something?
producer. Yeah, he's a producer. He does a lot of the writing for stuff.
That's him?
Yeah, he's a super cool guy. He
Yeah, he
always
is
used to
cool.
write awesome stories for Dirt Rider back when I worked there. And he did a story on Danny.
Why are you
Hamill.
promoting We Went Fast when you're a dirt bike test? Because
I-
he's that cool.
Because I like all brands. I don't care.
That's cool.
I'm not trying to get rich off this, and neither is he. He does it because he loves it. So
That's cool.
And
I'm
so,
a fan, then.
So when you get your T-shirts, I'll put your T-shirts on here too. And if Ricky
Get mine.
didn't try to get me in a medium short so I'd look super sexy, he wanted me to cut the sleeves off it. He wanted me
Jimmy
to cut the
is-
sleeves down.
He wears a size large. Don't let him lie. He's so tiny.
XL. So here's the job. You know what the real job of the co-host is, besides being interesting and informative and all the stuff that you guys were tonight. You guys were
I
awesome,
think
by the way.
Andrew's ready to go.
Ricky
Oh, this is Logan.
He's like,
Ricky hates doing media. He absolutely hates it.
Yeah.
And you're good at it. You came right in and you pumped your sponsors.
I used to have to do this stuff all the time.
I
I don't have to do it anymore. It's awesome.
That-
Valley life is awesome.
But
You just ride.
just ride and you
You're
get to
on
go
an
on some
adventure.
stupid podcast with some guy that
I just do it 'cause
doesn't even know
you're
how to
here.
turn the TV set on in the morning. So what? No, the job of the co-host is to
Read the sponsors.
No, when I start drinking your kombucha tequila thing,
Mm-hmm.
you can read off all of the sponsor companies
These
that
ones?
help us out. Yeah, those are them.
I thought this was the magazine, though.
But they're some way or shape or form. That magazine is helping this happen right now.
Okay.
Okay,
We'd like to thank Climb, which Jimmy wears all the time.
right?
I've never worn Climb, but they make
They make really good
they
gear.
make a lot of
durable gear. It
Durable
looks-
gear.
I can't believe the people that spend like $5,000 on one outfit and it looks like they're like super stiff. But people love this stuff. I don't know why, but they do. Jimmy especially loves it. Recluse, they make awesome clutches
You
that
have
I
a Recluse
use.
in your bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want one for my motocross bike, but they're sold out because of COVID problems.
Because COVID makes it so that if you have any problems working a clutch, Recluse makes your clutch perfect. It's just known fact.
I don't get the auto clutch, but people love it.
The bike that we'll be smoking you guys tomorrow
Has an auto
will
clutch.
have an auto clutch in it.
You know who else has an auto clutch? My wife.
Oh, that's why she won all those challenges at the
She
KTM
didn't win
Adventure
nothing.
Rider Rally.
No.
Dude,
She didn't win nothing.
She
She
beat
did,
all
but-
the dudes at the KTM Adventure Rider Rally, and she
She's a flexing Texan. We're just gonna move right past this. Next sponsor is Fly Racing, which
Fly
is
Racing.
really important. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really awesome.
Yeah.
Fast. This is the torque wrench people.
torque wrench and handlebars, flex bars.
Oh yeah, handlebars. But their torque wrench for the wheels is awesome.
So good.
Did you use it?
I used it today. I buy these things. They're awesome. Creft, which is suspension. They make a conversion kit for the air forks for KTM or something. I think.
I don't know why.
I've never used them.
but yeah, I'm gonna get.
They
some,
were in Austin, Texas for a while, but now they're back in the Pacific.
Yeah, I'm gonna
West.
get a set of suspension done so I can find out how it
New
works.
Tech, which is Moose's.
Nitro
and,
Moose.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought a few of those. I'm a Michelin guy now, but.
Recluse again.
Yeah, what happened there?
Yeah, just keep
Yamaha
living
Motors,
on the
Blue
list.
Crew, Honda, Ride Red, Beta Motorcycles. You have one of these in your garage.
300.
It's unique
It's a
looking.
two-stroke.
Has KYB suspension. Little. I don't
No,
know.
no, my Beta has sacks.
I thought I had.
No, I have the cheaper version.
Oh, okay. KTM.
KTM. Powered
Climb-
by a distinct ready to race mentality. KTM is the world's leader
Yeah.
of
He
we'll read it
bleeds
later.
orange over
Go
here.
ahead.
Just pick a color and you can buy the.
They
same
killed
bike.
Husaberg. I'm mad still.
Yeah. Climb again. CD Moto Nation.
Yep.
Bill Broth, your buddy.
Yep. You do not like his boots.
They
Don't fit you.
don't fit me.
They fit me perfectly.
Double take mirrors, Ned. This is awesome product. I have one on my rally bike, and they make a mirror for every bike there is.
They are great mirrors.
Yeah, they are. And he's a good dude. Scott's the damper.
Whose factory bike has a Scott stamper on it?
Mine.
All three of them. Yeah, mine, yours, and
I ran a WP one last year that I think might be a little better, but they don't sell them.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I haven't run the WP one, so I can't comment on that. But Scott's is the best.
It has a cool lever like your fuel thing, so you can move it back and forth. I like this. But I wish, yeah. Kenda, you run the Kenda Parker
Kenda Parker's
religiously.
all the time out here.
Black Dog Cycle Works. They make awesome skid plates for adventure bikes. I don't know what else they make.
Yep.
You know?
Why? I don't know.
Foot pegs.
I had one on my 990 back in the day. Foot pegs.
Yeah, they make foot pegs too for adventure bikes.
Rottweiler Performance. Chris Parker. He makes everything awesome for a KTM. If you have an adventure bike, you should check him out. He has a new 790 intake.
Yeah,
Right?
that thing's trick.
890. Yeah, it looks like a F1 part. Pretty crazy. Baja Designs, which you guys are probably familiar with. I
Great
don't ride at
lights.
night.
You should.
You should also do
You
that.
should. It's a whole new world.
I've done like 24 hours of stuff. It's like riding a snowmobile. I don't want to ride a snowmobile. I just want to go somewhere warm and ride my dirt bike.
How about nighttime road books?
Out
You can
here,
throw 'em.
hey,
No
Andrew,
thanks.
and out in the summer, like when it's June and it's 112, and you go riding during the day.
It's time to go up north and ride some single track in the mountains.
No, you go riding at night here in vented gear with a Baja Designs headlight, and it's
And
awesome.
on a road book.
Yeah,
Good job.
dude. Then the mileage is really important at night.
Yeah.
because you can't see.
Can you imagine?
Can't see the picture. We should do it night.
Yeah.
Night next year. We're doing night road books.
See you there. I'll be in the mountains. TourTech.
TourTech makes
They make
all kinds of
adventure
adventure
parts.
stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mostly GPS mounts. That's why I think.
No, that was Psychoactive. So TourTech mostly makes like they make
they make our
everything.
ERTF mount for rally, dude.
Yeah, they make all kinds of crazy stuff.
Scott Goggles, John Knowles.
Good goggles.
Best lens out there is the I forget I don't know what you call it. It gets darker as the sun comes
Transition.
out. Transition. Yeah, that's
Transition
not the right
lenses.
word, but yeah.
It is. What are they? They're called transition lenses. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna have to call you up and give you the
LA
marketing
sleeve.
speak.
Yeah, it's because I had that kombucha margarita. But they are the best goggles. It's only you can run it at night. You can run it during the day. You can run it in the dunes. You can run it everywhere.
So your
It's
goggles
amazing.
will be ready for a midnight special.
Yes, they will. LA Sleeve Company. What do they make?
Big bore kits, and if you seize your bike,
They re-sleeve it.
then
They
they
re-sleeve it?
re-sleeve it. Yeah,
It's a lot cheaper than buying just a new cylinder.
yeah, yeah. Not a lot cheaper, but if
Is this a 2-stroke thing or 4-stroke thing?
everything
Muck off. That's your power washer outside.
power washer, and they make spray
Power
on
wash.
stuff that cleans stuff.
Berm Cannon Media. Is that dirt bike test?
No, it's Mark Bermcannon. It's Mark Kaplikoff.
What does he do?
He helps us with content and stuff.
And we went fast and Trail Tech.
Brett and Trail Tech.
You got a
Trail-
great group of people.
Trail Tech.
Yeah, you're on with half of those people. You've used most
Blue
of those
Crew,
things.
Fly. Yeah, some of them I buy them.
Yeah. But I would
I
too.
bought a lot of mirrors.
From Ned?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spoke wrenches.
spoke wrenches.
Tubes.
Tubes. Kenda tubes. Might have run one.
I run Michelin. Kenda, no.
Okay, that's it. We're done reading
Yeah.
sponsors and everything like that.
We're out of here.
We're really out of here because these guys got to get up about 10 minutes after I get up because I'm going to leave and smoke you tomorrow on the road. Oh, kombucha. No, we're going to go out and do...
Logan, do you want to come over here and wrap this thing up?
No, we're done. You
No, we're
wrapped
done.
it.
You wrapped it up,
Did
bud.
you see how he did that? He did that pretty good, yeah?
Yeah.
I was trying to get informed on the people.
What was that?
You didn't finish the KP.
We don't need to.
I know.
we don't
He bleeds orange.
Yeah, because
Just pick a color.
'cause
Which
Rick-
one do you want? Red, white, or orange?
they have...
Logan, I scared Logan. He got out of here quick.
Hey,
because he
if
didn't
you
want to mess
loved
it
your
up.
dad, you would save him some money and just go Blue Crew and have just as much fun.
They had,
This is the thing. You're not
If
buying your bikes
if
yet.
not more fun.
they had Blue
Yeah.
Crew. They were YZ85 that they made into an
Hey,
unrideable
I can't believe that the
105.
YZ65 is the same motor as the 85. It's just sleeved down or something.
It is?
I think so. I think it's same bottom end. My kid has a YZ65, and I read this the other day, and I was mind blown.
Huh?
But that's why it's heavier than the KTM.
Oh, really?
Probably lasts longer.
Produces more horsepower than
It
the
does?
KTM. Yeah, on the dyno.
Huh.
Smart for Yamaha right there, because then they don't got to build all these different motors.
That is one current motorcycle I have not ridden.
The YZ65.
YZ65.
I don't think you fit, Jimmy.
Dude,
I don't fit.
ask George about riding 50s.
George does not ride 50s.
I know, he belly flops them. Hey, we're going to flat track
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow.
tomorrow?
400K.
I
George?
still have
Okay,
a
so-
bump on my side from when I high-sided on the flat track.
Dude, your rally bike put a dent in my flat track.
my hip is still bruised.
Okay, well, we'll
I have a lump.
We'll tone
We'll
it.
turn right
We'll
tomorrow.
tone it down. We'll tone
turn
it down
right.
a little bit. So if we flat track, we'll put some videos up on the what are we gonna put on the Insta stories? Maybe.
No, I'll just go
We'll
have
see.
fun.
We can make a YouTube edit out of it if we have a good time.
Okay, we'll see how it works. Okay, that's it. We're really shutting it down this time. So
2
thanks,
hours.
Thanks everybody.
How
Yeah,
long are they normally?
An hour.
hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes, something like that.
But Jimmy always starts late, so.
It's still the quantity of time. Hour and 59
probably
minutes
nobody
and
watching
30
right now.
seconds.
2.
52 people, bro.
We got more people watching right now than earlier.
Yeah. Oh, it
That's a cool
fluctuates.
photo right there. It's 125X.
That's your bike. That's your 125.
It's not my bike.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Okay.
See you
See
later.
you on the trail. Cheers. Give it a thumbs up so I know when to shut this thing off.